our responsibility to speak up and empower ourselves. You know, there's a saying that goes like, what's political is personal and what's personal is political. So it goes like this: whenever you take a step forward to take as much space as possible and to represent yourself and to empower yourself, know that you're making a political decision, and indirectly or directly, you're empowering a member of the community as well.
Yes, I do believe it is relevant. I come from a patriarchal society where males are more favored and they're given more chances and opportunities, and as a female you have to fight your way.
I think there is a problem of the genders is that they don't really understand each other and they don't respect each other.
As a woman, I feel like I've had to do much more work than men. I feel like I've had to work extra hard or just go, the extra mile just because I'm a woman. In the society we live in, everything you do as a woman is questioned. Everything you do, is it good? Is it better? But when your male counterpart does the same thing, it's automatically valid, it's good, it's okay. Nobody questions it. So that's one struggle I've had in my life.
The gender bias issues that are happening today are mostly happening because of intergenerational trauma. Specifically for this generation, I think media and the interconnectedness of the world helped us overcome a lot of these misogynistic ideas and opinions. So going with the media and just working harder on influencing each other and this generation and generation after us with the media would be a great start. Other than that, I think the education system is the key for us overcoming gender-biased issues.
First of all, I think if we can raise our children without putting them into discriminatory boxes, and what I mean by that is not telling our boys to wear blue and be aggressive and not to show emotions, and not telling our girls to sit still and look pretty and just wear pink. And I think we as adults should cultivate the habit of having two contrasting ideas being valid and without being opposite to each other.
For gender bias, I think it's like any social issue. We need to identify ourselves within the spectrum, which is either you're in the privileged side or you're in the marginalized side. And if you're in the privileged side, in this case you're like a cisgendered straight man, I think it's a responsibility for you to acknowledge its existence, because a lot of people have been complaining, and also to make space for others. Whenever you sense a gap or whenever you sense the privilege, you need to step forward and speak up about it. As for the marginalized side, I think it is also our responsibility to speak up and empower ourselves. You know, there's a saying that goes like, what's political is personal and what's personal is political. So it goes like this: whenever you take a step forward to take as much space as possible and to represent yourself and to empower yourself, know that you're making a political decision, and indirectly or directly, you're empowering a member of the community as well.
I would like to see more women in the political world.
I would definitely like to see it in the healthcare industry. I'm currently training to be a nurse, and the gender bias affects lives.
Engineering, aerospace, banking and finance, financial sectors are male-dominated, and females are not really given voice or power.
Wanting to see women in the undelicate workplace fields, for example, construction or public transportation. I think that women should be able to work in these things without being judged or harassed. I also think that nowadays the number of women in the politics are increasing, and I would love to see that more, and I think we're going to be in that direction soon.
I would say Maza Shanafi. She's the current Chief of Justice in Ethiopia, and just even knowing that a woman made it to that position is mind-blowing. She has an organization where she offers free legal counsel to women in Ethiopia tackling child marriage and female genital mutilation. It's amazing what she's doing.
This is my grandmother. She introduced me to the non-intellectual side of feminism, if I may say that. You know, she faced the epitome of discrimination and gender discrimination, but she refused to make it imprint on her children or the female or her girls.
An influential woman from my country is Jeanine Mabunda. Jeanine Mabunda is a Congolese politician and lawyer. She's done and accomplished so many things. Amongst those things are she served as the Minister of Industry under former President of Congo, Joseph Kabila, and she was also his advisor in the fight against sexual violence and recruitment of child soldiers. And one I'll deem as one of her higher achievements, which I was really, as a young girl, as a young Congolese girl, it's really motivated me and inspired me to actually work harder, is the fact that she was the very first woman in the country to be the president of the National Assembly, and that's really huge. So a lot of young girls like me across the world and in my country in general look up to her and say, if she did it, that means it's possible. We can all do it.
I would say Wonder Woman. Be yourself and don't succumb to gender bias.
We need to realize our strength even when we're called weak or we're called less powerful, less educated than men.
I hope that we take care of ourselves more often. Based on what I'm seeing, most of the women in my lives, they're always overwhelmed, overworked, trying to prove a point. But I think we should dedicate more times for ourselves, and we should keep uniting more often, rather through our struggle, but through our accomplishments and through our success and through love and solidarity.